everyone. My name is Ha. Just call me Hannah. English name is, and I'm an English teacher from Vietnam. Now I'm teaching high school. Um, and besides that, I am a National Assembly of Vietnam. So sometimes I go to normally I go to work at school, but sometimes I'll go to the capital to work for the government. Yeah, and today I'm so happy to be here to be your guest, and I hope that I can share some useful or some helpful things for you. Yeah,
Hello, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good. Uh, Hello, Nivika. Can I call you Nivika?
Yes,
Yes,
perfect.
ma'am.
Yeah.
My name is Nipika. I am an eighth grader from GPHS School, Ailavaram. Here, I
Mm.
am so lucky to interact with you, ma'am. Can I ask you one question?
Okay.
What are some common challenges Vietnamese students face while learning English?
So the challenge Vietnamese students have to face while they learn English is that?
Yeah,
Hmm.
yes.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what are the challenges that Indian students meet while they are learning English. But for Vietnamese students, they often struggle with pronunciation, especially certain English sounds that are not in Vietnamese, like a or the like that. And the second point is vocabulary and listening skill. Vocabulary and listening skill can also be very difficult to develop. In many schools, there is more focus on grammar and reading than speaking. Actually, we focus more on grammar tests than speaking or listening tests. Only students who take IELTS certificate or TOEIC certificate, they will learn more. They will practice more on listening and speaking. For other students, they focus on grammar only. And many students often feel shy and afraid of making mistakes while speaking English. They are so shy, especially students from the countryside. Yeah. And one more thing that we have um, limited chances to practice with native speakers. So we don't have many native speakers around. Just in the capital or in the big cities, there are many foreigners. There are many native teachers. But for the countryside, not many or no foreigners or no English native teacher. That's it.
Seventh grade. Can I ask one question, ma'am?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure.
How is English start in Vietnamese schools, and at what age do students typically start learning it?
All right. Um, um, in fact, in Vietnam, in most part of Vietnam, English is taught as a compulsory subject. Uh, English is considered a compulsory subject and a compulsory subject for an exam to university, exam to even to any workplace, any organization. They require English as a compulsory criteria. And one more thing that the age, right? Normally, students in Vietnam not usually start learning English from grade three, around the age of 8 or 9. But now, the thing a little bit changed. More school and kindergarten even introduce English to the student earlier. Many kindergarten just teach English for children at the age of 2, but actually it's private kindergarten. But for public school, at least at the age of 6, they can learn English.
Are there any specific teaching methods or tools that are popular or effective in victim for teaching English?
Okay, thank you for your question. That's about my job. That's about the teaching method and tools, right? For me and for many Vietnamese teacher, we use one method, very common method, that communicative language teaching, or CLT. Teacher Harry, I'm sure that you know and you are familiar with that, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Communicative teaching method, and this method is so popular in any school, because this method can focus on developing communication skill for students. We encourage students to speak and to listen, of course, and to speak much in the classroom. And this method focus on speaking, listening, and listening as well. And you are asking about the tool, right? Actually, technology now has changed the way we learn and we teach English. In my classroom and in many Vietnamese classroom, teachers use Quizy, Kahoot, Google Classroom to support their lesson, and students can practice and can practice their English by the way they use exercises or some duty, some mission in Kahoot or Quizy or Google Classroom, Google Classroom. And one more thing, I nearly forgot that flashcard, games, videos, clips, and activity are used in class. So I think that now we need to mix the traditional ways of teaching and learning, the technology, and traditional game to make the lesson more interesting and effectively.
Samantha, I would like to ask you a question, ma'am. Here, my question is: how has technology influenced the way English is taught in your classroom or in Vietnam?
Okay, another question about technology. Okay. Actually, I will talk about my classroom, not the classroom in Vietnam in general. Okay, that in my classroom, technology has made English lesson more interactive and more fun. I use video, apps, and online games to engage students and improve their listening and speaking skill. Moreover, digital tools like Kahoot, Quizy, etc. Help students practice English outside the class through online exercises, like the way I said before. And I also use virtual classroom like we are doing now for group discussions and real-time feedback. In short, technology has made learning and teaching more effective and dynamic, I think. So technology helped me a lot in teaching English and helped my student a lot in learning English. Yeah.
How do you make English lessons engaging and relevant for your students?
Like I said before, I use many ways. I mix many ways and many tools and many technologies to help to support my lesson. And normally I use video, games, and song, maybe online games or just traditional game like lucky number or action game to make lesson fun and interesting. I connect the topic and also I make the connection between the topics and student daily life and interest. Because when students feel familiar with the topic, when they feel the topic really close to their life, they can have fun with the topic and they will have fun with the lesson. Besides that, group work and projects can help students use English in real situations. In Vietnamese, in our curriculum, in the textbook, in the textbook, each unit we have eight small parts, eight section, and one section is very important is project. So we design project for students to do together, to work together, and then they give the presentation in front of the class or in front of the school. So in that way, they can develop many skills, working skills, teamwork, and English skill. Okay, and the very important thing, the most important thing I think, is that I always encourage my students to be not afraid of making mistakes. They need to be confident in themselves, and they need to be very comfortable to share their ideas, to share their thoughts. So that's the way I do to support my lesson. The landscape outside.
Yeah, please.
In the flat, I'm living in the apartment.
Oh,
So here outside, that tall building, because I'm on the top of the building. I'm on the top, the 23rd floor. So how to
oh,
say, how to see? Yeah, like this.
yeah,
Okay.
real image.
Now I am in the city, the center of the province.
Oh, what's the city? What is the city name?
Bắc Ninh City, you know? Bắc Ninh,
Mclean.
Bắc Ninh, Bắc Ninh.
Mclean. What kind of schools are popular in Vietnam? Public schools or private schools?
Which one is more popular?
Yes.
Actually, public school. Public school are more popular because the private school cost a lot. Yeah.
Does the public schools provide everything for the students, like uniform, bags, and everything?
No, they need to pay for. For public school, just the fee is so low. But everything else, student have to pay for, like uniform, book, anything else. For a private school, the fee is so high, maybe 10 times or 20 times compared to public school. So high. So that's the way public school are more popular. And the number of students in public school so crowded, is so big. Maybe 40 up to even some school up to 50 or more than 50 students per class. But for private school, only 20 or under 30 students per class. So that's very different.
But here in India is a different scenario here, and we have free meal for students, free textbooks, free uniform, free bags, free belts, everything is free here.
Oh my God. For public school?
Yes.
That's perfect. You are doing very good
Yeah.
policy.
Best here.
We are trying. The government in Vietnam are trying to give the free lunch, just free lunch, not breakfast or dinner, just free lunch for students. But just trying, and they are trying to do in the capital as the first place, because in the capital Vietnam, the economy is so good. But for other places, other regions, no, maybe someday, not now, someday.
Okay, thank you so much for your information. And before we wind up the session, may I request you to give a message to my students?
All right. everyone. I'm so happy to be at your to be in your classroom today. And when you speak, when you ask me some question, I hope that you can. I hope that my answer can give you some information, some useful information, and I hope that your study and your English will be better in the future.